Thank you. My question is for Dr. Yang. You mentioned that applicants can submit a citizen's petition to determine if an RLD has been withdrawn for safety or efficacy reasons. And it can be submitted before or at the time of ANDA submission. If a product is PFC eligible, should the applicant submit the citizen's petition at the time of the PFC or at the time of the ANDA submission?
PFC, what is it?
Pre-submission facility correspondence?
I think yes, the answer. So your question is you can submit citizen petition before PLC?
At the time of the PFC submission or at the time of the ANDA?
I think prior to ANDA submission, any time prior you can submit.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
You don't have to wait until you submit the PLC or ANDA.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for that response. Again, any other in-house questions, please feel free to approach the mic now. Looks like we have one.
Hi, question for Dr. Yang. Just a general question. We mentioned cases where FDA did not provide reference standard for the applicants. So just generally, I wonder what happens in that case where the applicant is seeking to develop a new generic product where the RS is not available and FDA would not provide an RS for that development project. I mean, what are the options in that case?
It's a good question, but I think as I presented the example, FDA is not available to identify any approved I feel like that would mean that you have to wait. I don't know, that's all I can say. I also feel like sometimes there's an option of B2. I think at some point, I remember we kind of communicate, said, you can try B2, but B2 may not be always feasible, which I'm not familiar. That is true. I'm sorry to say that I don't have a good answer.
I didn't know
there
are other options.
I feel like when we say we cannot identify, is that we exhausted our approach to, we couldn't find the answer to, yeah.
Thank you for that response. We'll go ahead and take an online question at this time, and then we'll return back to the in-house ones.
Okay, this question is for Dr. Quach. Does a 505(b)(1) NDA applicant need to certify to a patent listed for 505(b)(2) NDA that has the 505(b)(1) product as listed drug if the 505(b)(1) NDA applicant makes a change to its NDA related to the 505(b)(2) patent?
Thanks for that question, but that's sort of outside of this, my slides here. I recommend you submit that as questions to the Orange Book mailbox, that we can answer you more adequate.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and take our next in-house question.
Steven Sir, I'm an independent consultant. This is my first time here at the forum.
Oh, congratulations.
I've enjoyed it so far. Just want to make sure, did you say the Orange Book is no longer printed? It's fully online?
Yeah, the annual edition through the GPO is not, the hard copy is not available anymore. So another one is just go through our website, which provides you with the annual report, the current one.
Okay, thank you. And did we have one more question over here for the in-house questions? Okay. Then at that time, we'll go ahead and take one online question.
Thank you. The next question is for Dr. Jiang. Can ANDA applicant use authorized generic to perform BE study without submitting controlled correspondence?
I think the answer is yes.
Thank you. Okay, me?
Yes, I think we'll, again, feel free to line up at any time at the mics, but I think we can continue on with the online questions.
Thank you. This question is for Dr. Lu. If your response to an IR contains either gratuitous information not requested by FDA or information that requires a more thorough review, does it have an impact on the preset goal date?
May or may not. For example, if you did not provide the breakdown table for subcomponent of a flavor, which is requested by agency. And, but also propose to replacing your original flavor with a new flavor, which may trigger a farm talk council, so that it will have an impact on the goal date. However, on the other hand, you submit missing information for SAS data set, for example. Also provide your own SAS data analysis result, right? You provide the SAS data set as complete, then the review team will be able to run the SAS. Run the confirmation statistical analysis, which is the same as yours. So the goal date will not be impacted.
Thank you much. Next question is for Dr. Quach. What if an applicant misses the 180-day from approval timeline to submit a not available for sale notification? Will FDA accept the submission if an applicant notifies later?
Can you repeat that one more time? I just want to make sure.
Sure.
I understand.
What if an applicant misses 180-day from approval timeline to submit a not available for sale notification? Will FDA accept the submission if an applicant notifies later?
That's sort of outside of our scope for, you might want to just email OGD policy for that kind of question.
Okay, thank you.
It looks like we do have one new in-house question as well.
Hi, thank you for the presentations. If an ANDA contains multiple strengths and only one strength is being discontinued, should a notification of withdrawal from sale submission be made for the discontinued strength, or do we wait for all strengths to be discontinued?
That would just be that strength that is being discontinued.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for that response. Any more in-house questions? Any more? Okay, then we'll go and return to online.
Okay, question for Dr. Jiang. If the reference product to be used in the BE study is expired during the duration of the BE study, can testing be performed to confirm that the product is acceptable and meets all approved specifications? Is this approach acceptable? In this example, the RLD is no longer manufactured.
So your question about the RD, you mentioned that RD is meeting all the specification. Does that mean the expired batch also meeting the quality attribute or drug product release? Can I interpret as that you're saying that expired batch also meeting all the quality attributes?
Yes, Dr. Zhang confirms that's a correct interpretation.
Yes, so I think in that case, you could submit all your data and justification, and then we'll review from there. I mean, I cannot say yes or no because I don't see the data, right? But I think it's potentially you could submit all the information to the agency to review.
Okay, thank you. Next question, Dr. Lu. How does one avoid the BEIR deficiencies?
Okay. In short, submit high quality application and also double check, verify consistency and complete. I also suggest you refer to my presentation slides 16 to 22 that contain a lot of tips. So that can avoid those IR BE deficiency easily. It's an easy correctable deficiency. Thank you.
Thank you. Dr. Jiang, did you have something to add to that? No, okay. Next question for Dr. Quach. What if the drug product will be available for sale on the 200th day, not 180 day? Still, notification should be submitted for not available for sale. As for relaunch, at least 30 to 60 days prior, another notification has to be submitted. I hope you could interpret that correctly.
Okay, yeah. Regardless of not available for sale or not, you should still submit that information for us so that we can move that application.
Excellent. Next question for Dr. Jiang, please. If RLD has 3 strengths, 25, 50, and 100, and RS is 50 milligrams, will conducting BE versus 50 milligram RS get biowaiver on both higher 100 and lower 25 milligram strengths?
I think it's a good question, but it's very specific. I think we have to look at the drug product, PSG. I don't think I can answer right now, but recommend to submit a control correspondence.
Thank you. Next question for Dr. Quach. When submitted a notification that a drug will be discontinued, we are aligning the end marketing date to the latest expiry date of manufacturer product. Will the Orange Book be moving our product to the discontinued section aligned to the end marketing date, or will it be moved to discontinued section at the time of the submission of the notification?
Similar to the example I gave, we'll move it to the discontinued section, whichever date you tell us to. For example, the expiry of the batch or whatsoever, that's when we'll move it. But if you don't let us know and you submit it, we'll assume that that's the date of the cover letter that we'll move it.
Understood. Thank you. Next question for Dr. Jiang, please. What factors does the agency consider when selecting an alternative RS?
As I discussed that I think the approved ANDA, if it contains all the strengths of RLD, it'll be more suitable. And also if they contains the study strengths as per the PSG, that could be likely be selected as a reference standard.
Okay. Next question for Dr. Quach. Can you comment on the similarity and differences between reporting requirements under 506I and 505C regarding product discontinuations?
So under 506I, you have withdrawn from sale and drug not available for sale, where we asked you to submit those information based off of withdrawn, or if you are within 180 days of approval. The one-time report, I'm assuming that's what you're asking, is a extra requirement under 506I that we ask you to report if there's any changes to your application. Not related to 506I is the relaunch, which is a marketing requirement, and that has its own sets of requests.
Okay, thank you. Moving on, Dr. Jiang. Can the RLD that the firm previously procured when it was designated as both RLD and reference standard still be used for a bioequivalence study now that the RLD is no longer classified as a reference standard?
The answer is yes.
Thank you. All right, let's see. I think we have a couple more for Dr. Quach. For ANDAs that have been discontinued for many years and have not submitted a notification, should a notification of withdrawal or not for sale be submitted to the ANDA as a paper exercise?
I don't understand what a paper exercise is, but if it's in the active section and it has, and if it's not in distribution, we recommend you submit that 506I for us so that we can discontinue it properly.
Okay, thank you. A couple more. Do we have time? Yeah?
Yes, I think we have time.
Okay. Dr. Quach, will a withdrawal or discontinuation commence market? Okay. Will a withdrawal / discontinuation / comments marketing request be processed if the sponsor submits the request in their annual report?
Like I said in my earlier slide, if it's titled differently or if it's submitted to an annual report, we won't get notified correctly. So that'll delay your request. So we recommend you to submit it accordingly to the title that we recommend.
Okay, and I think this is the last question that I have here for Dr. Quach. Will DOBPRA process a return to active request if there is a pending or denied prior approval supplement?
As I mentioned in my earlier slide, if there's a PAS either pending, denied, or CR, we will not return it until that PAS is approved. So we would like to request that you inform us when that PS is about to be approved. That would help us.
Okay, I think we have exhausted all our online questions. Thank you.
Okay, final call for in-house questions. We have a few minutes left, so by all means, take advantage of this opportunity while you're here, while the mics are hot. Anybody? Okay, well then at that time, I'd like to first thank our presenters and our panelists today, so if you'll join me in thanking them.